in Australia, the island state of Tasmania, and was there until I was 19 and wasn't particularly interested in ceramics or any type of art then, but I was always doodling. When I became interested in ceramics is when I visited, my daughters were going to college in Europe, and I used to go to Paris, so I met a little old lady, and she was making a handmade ceramics similar to this. And I was so intrigued with it and fascinated, I thought, well, maybe I'll have a go at doing that. It began in Laguna Beach 20 years ago, practically, and it started underneath the house. And from underneath the house, I then moved to a studio, which became very well known in Laguna Beach, called the Blue House Studio. And from there, I moved to Barrio Logan, which is just south of the downtown San Diego area. It's very much an art colony, I would call it there, mostly Hispanic art. And so I moved into a building called the Glass House, where there was probably 14 very, very established artists of all kinds, glass blowers, wire sculptor, metal sculptor, people working with wood, extremely good painters, and we had a very, very beautiful gallery which we all shared, and we were able to have once a month. So now I have a new studio in Fallbrook and a large gallery and studio to work in. And I've branched out in making wall art out of the ceramics. So it is the ceramics on canvases. It's probably more like a wall sculpture than a painting. And so far, this is the first time really that people have had, that I've been able to really show it, because now I have wall space that's necessary to show the type of wall art that I'm doing. I feel that these three canvases that make up the concert series, they give you a feeling of music. And with the first one, which number 1, you can see that it is more or less the performance, and then you have the middle one, which I intermission, and then the last one is the climax. The tableware and dinnerware started to take off, hand molded, and it's a method that you don't often see anymore. It's very labor intensive, but people seem to like it a lot. Tableware and dinnerware that you keep to a natural palette like all white. You can always do wonderful accessorizing with your table linen. So I called my first line, which actually has a little emblem on it that is supposed to represent a little lion's head, is called Aix-en-Provence. Then I have another one, which is a little bit more fancy, which I called Angelique. Another one that will probably remind you of a pie, which has an edge that is like making a pie shell, is Katrine. And then finally, I have a new one that is called Laurent, and it is probably a little bit more contemporary than any of the others. But on a whole, most of the designs and the natural and the white that I do looks quite at home in any type of setting. Well, over the time that I've been producing just the table settings, I found that people wanted accessories to go with it for serving and, not only for serving vegetables, and it's actually grown that I have something for everything. There are all different size bowls, there are cake stands, there's many different styles of platters, then into the freeform ones that are more, they're also very, very decorative, but they can be used for serving as well. Then the freeforms have really grown more into a piece of artwork in the home. So and then you find that I have all different little pieces, long and narrow platters for serving charcuterie, and there are little salt and pepper pots and little tiny dishes for dipping, and every time I have a new customer, they come up with something that I haven't made yet, so we have another accessory. It's really interesting how, from the time I moved into the Blue House Laguna and how it became lots of local people. There's many, many people visit Laguna Beach, from all over the country, and a lot of them are from other parts of the world. And, gradually, my shop there became known, and I started making custom orders for people when I was there. And I've been very fortunate that the people that I now call my friends as well as my clients have followed me wherever I've gone. And lots of them are still ordering a piece here and a piece there, and they're gradually just collecting all the time. And, it's been amazing, the type of people that, really feel that it's something special. And I have wonderful clients that are from Asia, from Korea, I've even sent some to South Africa, to Cape Town. One of my pictures went off to Monte Carlo, and really, it's amazing. I have orders that have been and gone to Connecticut in the States, to Washington, D.C., all over. It's gradually grown over the years, and as I said before, most of the people have become wonderful friends. And also, other than that, it's very rewarding to know that people are eating off your plates. And it's got to the stage now, everywhere I go for dinner, I seem to be eating off my own tableware. So it's really a wonderful thing to make something that people can use and use every day and get pleasure from.